We often mistake loudness for confidence. We picture someone with a booming voice, a firm handshake, and a personality that dominates the room. But more often than not, this is just a performance, a noisy attempt to cover up deep-seated insecurity. Real, unshakable confidence is something else entirely. It's quiet. It doesn't need to be the center of attention or beg for applause. True confidence is a stillness, a calm sense of self so solid that it doesn't need to make a sound to be felt. It's the ability to sit comfortably in a room without feeling the urge to perform for anyone. It's about being present without constantly seeking approval from others. This quiet power is often called nonchalance. This isn't about being cold or uninterested. It's about deliberate and powerful restraint. When the world is in a frenzy, expecting you to get angry or flustered, and you simply don't, that is where true strength lies. This calm becomes its own language. It acts as a shield that protects you from emotional manipulation and a tool that can unbalance those who challenge you. The most influential people understand a fundamental truth. Your attention is a valuable resource. Every time you give an impulsive emotional reaction, every flicker of annoyance, every rush to over-explain yourself, you are spending that valuable resource. The person who masters nonchalance guards their energy carefully. They don't chase people or feel the need to justify their worth. Instead, their composure makes others work a little harder to earn their time and focus. This isn't laziness, it's self-mastery. This calm presence sends a clear, unspoken message. I am centered, and nothing you do can knock me off balance. This stability can be incredibly frustrating to rivals. They try to provoke you, hoping for a reaction they can use against you. When you give them nothing, they are the ones who lose the air footing. The famous political thinker Machiavelli recognized this as a quiet form of dominance, a power so complete it never has to raise its voice. It's important to understand that nonchalance isn't a personality trait you're born with. It is a discipline you can learn. It is the conscious choice to remain detached from emotional impulses when everyone else is caught in a cycle of knee-jerk reactions. Most of us are wired to be reactive. An insult lands, we bite back. A crisis hits, we panic. This is why a calm presence can be so unsettling to others. It breaks the rules of the game they're used to playing. Think about it. The person who is loud and emotional is an open book. You can easily predict their next move and know what makes them tick. But the person who remains calm and unreadable, that's the one who commands caution. You don't know what they're thinking or what they might do next. This uncertainty makes everyone around them pause, and in that hesitation, power begins to shift. As Machiavelli advised, a leader should always appear steady, whether things are going well or falling apart. This is because perception shapes reality. If people believe you are a rock, they will treat you like one. Your calm composure becomes a psychological advantage. You do nothing, yet others exhaust themselves trying to figure you out. Your stillness becomes your most powerful action, your silence, your sharpest tool. When you don't give people a predictable pattern, their minds fill in the blanks, often with their own fears, making you seem more strategic and formidable than you might even be. This approach also makes manipulative tactics completely ineffective. Guilt trips and baiting work because they get a reaction. People lash out or argue, handing over their power. The nonchalant person, however, doesn't take the bait. By doing nothing, they force the manipulator to play their game alone, waste their energy, and eventually make a mistake. This isn't being a pushover. It is active, calculated control. It is the difference between reacting on impulse and making a conscious decision. This principle applies everywhere. In business, the person who doesn't seem desperate for the deal often gets the best terms. In relationships, the one who can walk away without a dramatic scene holds the emotional high ground. In a crisis, the leader who stays composed becomes the anchor everyone clings to. This mindset flips the entire dynamic of human interaction. You stop chasing approval and instead become the standard others seek to meet. You claim your space with quiet presence, and others begin to compete for a spot near you. This isn't magic, it's psychology. There's a reason this quality is so rare. It requires a level of internal discipline most people never build. It means retraining your most basic instincts. Most of us live on fast forward, pulled in 1,000 directions. The nonchalant person sets their own rhythm. They deliberately pause and delay their responses. Because their input isn't constant, when they do speak or act, the world takes notice. Their presence is a statement. Their calmness commands more respect than shouting ever could. The most brilliant part of this practice is that it doesn't just change how others see you, it changes how you see yourself. When you refuse to be dragged into every drama and train your nervous system to stay calm under pressure, something profound shifts inside you. You stop making decisions based on panic and start choosing with intention when and how to engage. The world stops dictating your life and you start composing your own. This isn't arrogance, it is autonomy, the freedom of being in control of yourself. People sense this internal stability. They instinctively speak more softly in your presence and weigh their words more carefully. They adjust themselves because you remain constant. That is the magnetic pull of restraint. The less you give away, the more others are drawn to your centered presence. However, like any powerful tool, nonchalance must be handled with wisdom. If misunderstood, it can become a trap. Too much stillness can turn into paralysis. If you hesitate when a decisive action is needed, you lose your advantage. You must know when stillness is strength and when it's simply fear in disguise. Another danger is letting detachment slide into genuine indifference. If you wear the mask of calmness for too long, you might forget how to connect with people on a deeper level, viewing all emotional connection as a weakness. You risk losing sight of what gives life meaning. In your closest relationships, constant nonchalance can be corrosive. Your partner, family, and friends need to feel seen. If you never show that anything affects you, they will eventually question your loyalty and wonder if you care at all. True power isn't being above emotion, it's choosing when and with whom to share it. Finally, the most dangerous trap is believing your own performance. When you wear the armor for too long, you can forget it's just armor. You become untouchable but also hollow inside. As Machiavelli would remind us, true power lies in adaptability. Be like ice in winter and fire in summer. The strongest people aren't those who never show emotion, but those who are in complete control of when they do. Ultimately, nonchalance is a strategic performance. It's less about how you feel and more about what you allow others to see. The moment you start performing for yourself, believing that being calm is the only way to be powerful, you've lost the script. Stay unreadable but never unresponsive. Stay composed but never inactive. Stay above the noise but never so far above that you can't hear the important signals. Because in the end, that quiet stillness is not a sign of peace. It is the poised, ready edge of a hidden strength. And those who truly master it will never need to raise their voice again,